I haven't been doing okay. I need to sort out what my thoughts are thinking, because it feels like they're going at each other again. It feels like they're intersecting and crossfiring. Crossfiring? Yeah. I'm just, I've gotta ask them each. I gotta go in and I gotta ask them each what they're thinking. But rather than letting this continue, I need to whistle. If I could whistle. I can't whistle. All right, everybody, let's focus. Let's focus on the head space, please. Let's focus. I want to talk to you. I want to understand what's going on up here, please. I came home from my hair appointment yesterday. I was gonna show my husband. Let's cue that footage right here. What do you think? It's beautiful, isn't it? All right, we're about to go in and we'll show my husband. Screw him, right? If I love it, that should be the only thing that matters. But I'm feeling highly rejected, and we got into a fight, and he kept saying, I just don't like it. Okay, I just don't like it. And then he would like stonewall me and not talk to me and not be kind whatsoever. And I said, why you gotta be rude? And it was just really painful and really, it's just, and so then I try to just say screw him, right? The noodle in me that just told me to say screw him. I'm still really sensitive and sore to what he said, so I'm doing my best to match that of that noodle who said screwed him, and I can't let it go. I just want to shave it off. I mean, did you see? And I can't shave it off, right? So magenta, she's my badass. Yes, she says don't worry about what he thinks. It's gonna grow out eventually. It's going to be fine. It's not the end of the world. You don't need to respond like it is. I sure am responding like it is. Maroon hates feeling rejected. She hates it. She hates being verbally beat up, and she feels like she got verbally beat up, and she feels rejected. She feels like she can never do anything good enough. Red wants to fix it and make it something that we're happy with. We're thinking about a wig, we're thinking about a box of hair dye. That doesn't sound like a good idea. Orange wants to put this all behind us and just go to work. We've got to go to work in a few minutes. Yellow just wants to play with it and have fun with it and enjoy it while it's here, because it's not going to look like this forever. It's going to fade. It's going to get longer. We'll never have hair this short again, not as long as we're married to just this guy. Hi, Yellow. You're so much fun. Thank you for helping me get cheered up. Lime's pissed. Lime's mad that we did this. Lime isn't speaking to us. And if we cared about what Lime thinks, then we might like the idea of going and getting a wig. Green. She thinks it looks like a anime character or something. We are kind of fearful on what they're gonna say at work today. That fear keeps playing in our mind. One thing Green also wants to mention is that the whole time she was doing our hair, we could smell her armpit every time her armpit got in our nose. That was just something funny that Green wanted to mention. Mint wants to know if we're gonna get to mint. And that is the plan. I guess it's going to fade and it's going to get to this mint color. That was the idea. Tail wants to go back in time. Change it all. Or call up the stylist and ask her to correct it to brown again. Something. Maybe get extensions. She wants to make my husband happy. Sorry, Till, you're not getting it your way. We're not doing that. I think that's who's most upset right now, though, is Teal. Teal wants to please husband, and husband is unpleased, and so Teal is unpleased, and Teal is getting everybody else upset. Cyan is bawling her eyes out, and she's crying uncontrollably. She's so sensitive, she takes it all in. She takes it all in, and she responds in this helpless way, in this hopeless way. And she can't control the crying. She wants to surrender, the ultimate surrender. Indigo says this is just one of those times we're going to have to face the music and deal with things the hard way. And it's okay. It doesn't have to be happy all the time. This is one of those things where people are going to reject it. People aren't going to like it. You've got to be confident with yourself no matter what. Just keep pushing forward. We got this. Mr. Purple wants me to go on the computer and not even think about it anymore. Just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. Lilac can already see they're gonna send me home from work today. They're gonna tell me to buy a wig or dye it a normal color. I looked all over the employee handbook. I could not find anything about their expectations on hair, but I've seen other people at work with dark purple hair, bright pink on the ends. Like, it's not uncommon to see color in people's hair. Maybe this much color, yes, but it's not uncommon. So I don't think I'm going to get in trouble. That's why we proceeded. But yeah, Lilac thinks we are going to get in trouble. So does Green. Green's just a little nervous about it. Lilac's really nervous about it. All right, and then Pink. Come on, Pink. Give me something good. She tried to last night, she says. She tried kissing and making up to husband, and he rejected us, and Maroon felt rejected and made us leave, and we tried going back into his room this morning, and he didn't reject us, but he sure as heck didn't look at us or acknowledge us, which feels like a rejection. Feels like we're ignored. So Pink did her best to kiss and make up and try to, I don't know, but maybe it's too soon. So Black and White, thanks to Black and White, that's why Cyan is ready to do the ultimate surrender, and that is not good. Like, is that sad that we were thinking about our casket with this hairdo? I mean, if I'm being honest, that's exactly where we were at last night, falling apart, trying to grab a hold of ourselves. That thought came into our head space. Black and White is very insistent sometimes, and we had to really pull away from those thoughts. I completely skipped Peach though, and Gold. I've completely skipped Peach and Gold. So Peach, I'll get to Peach in a second. Gold just wants to be a good little noodle and do what people told her to do. And so we're going to keep pushing forward. We're not going to make a big deal. We're just going to do our best. But Peach is the reason why we didn't listen to Black and White Noodle. It's why Cyan didn't do the ultimate surrender for our system. Peach is our motherly noodle, and she's very concerned about the kids. As all of us should be. Alexa, stop. And because she is so very concerned about them, we're really appreciative of her while we are lost in ourselves right now. We're lost in our identity sometimes, where only one fronts once in a while, and Peach is not always around. We want Peach to be around, to always be concerned about the kids. The kids are our first and foremost priority. So why don't the other noodles have that same priority? Why? I think it's because most of them are littles. Most of them are littles, and they're not mothers. They're not. We just gotta come together and always make sure Peach is around, because it was because of Peach that we got sucked out of that mentality, and we didn't do anything last night except for fall asleep. But when we wake up this morning and get ignored again, and then a friend of ours tells us, well, you just need to stop dyeing it and go back to brown as soon as possible. Why? Because I told you my husband didn't like it? I ain't doing this for him. Even though I have a few noodles that think we should, we can't do that anymore. That's why we came into the bedroom. That's why we are on this self-discovery thing, is we can't live by his rules anymore. We have to start living by our own rules. And if we can live by our own rules and figure out what our marriage looks like with that, that's great. If we can't, I may not be in this room very long. I may be in my own room in another place. But I thought giving myself a chance to explore who I am while being in the spare bedroom was much easier on the kids, much easier on me, kind of like a healing space, like a hospital room. I'm in no position right now to force my noodles out of this house and move them into, they would make decisions for me to go back. They would make decisions for me to come crawling back to him. We would be so very confused about our intentions and what we want. So that's what this room is doing for us, is getting all of our noodles on the same page with what we want for ourselves. With a husband or without a husband, we just need to get us all on the same page. And we have been struggling with this topic for years. And it's now become a war in our head. This topic is our number one thing we fight about in the headspace. I feel like the trauma, the reoccurring trauma from my marriage has further fragmented, has further divided my noodles. That's honestly just what I think. I feel like I did have trauma as a child. I feel like we were pretty united as a system up until about 15 years ago. And then I shoved a bunch of noodles in a cage, put on the Kathy mask, and didn't let any noodles speak their truth for 10 years at least. And then I'd let them out, and then I'd put them back in the cage. And then I'd let them out, and I put them back in the cage. And then I'd let them out, and then I put them back in the cage. And then once we retired Kathy, the mayor of our Crystal City, now they're all out, not knowing what to do, because they've never been out. They've never spoke their truth. They've never had to be united since before him. So this is just the most difficult journey we've ever had to be on. And this is why we are seeking professional help. This is why we have made appointments with psychiatrists and whatnot. And this is why we wait, since there's a waiting period. And we're seeing our therapist once a week. And we're journaling and doing our best just to exist day by day and not surrender. Never surrender. That was Magenta. Oh, guys, you guys are so much fun. Thank you so much for coming this morning to our little round table. Whatever. I just needed to feel better, I guess, about this hair. And you guys helped me quiet the chaos by just speaking when it was your turn. And now that we have at least acknowledgement that everybody's voice was heard, now me as the host, we can move forward and we can do our best to go to work and just have a good day. Okay? We'll be back. Thanks so much for letting me work this out loud. I feel like I can't work it out, I guess, so well by myself, unless I document it somehow for me to watch back, because I won't remember hardly any of this when someone else fronts. When someone else is fronting, I'm not around very often. They don't want me around. So I need to look back on this in case another noodle forgets the conclusion of what we've worked out. We've worked out that we're not living for him. We've worked out that we're not changing that up for him. We've worked out that we are going to let the roots grow out, but, you know, just to get our healthy hair back. But yeah, this is probably the shortest we'll ever go if we remain married to him. Magenta's very loud right now. She wants to rebel. She wants to rebel. That's funny. Anyways, I'll talk to y'all later. This has been a long video. Bye.